Beautiful. Okay. All right, let's get to it. Because I don't know. It should, these are usually what, 5 minutes or so.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We'll get it in and out. All right. All right, my man, Martenzie Johnson. We are here, two-person roundtable style, for a very important recap of biggest sporting event of the weekend. WrestleMania 40, Philadelphia. Cody Rhodes finished the story. Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns main evented on Sunday. Roman Rock versus Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes on Saturday. A lot of big stuff happened. First, you were there. You were in the building or I guess, the stadium, open air
Yeah.
arena. Tell me the first-hand account of what you saw.
So night one, as people probably saw on social media, it was cold as all hell
Mm.
outside. It felt like Lambeau Field in like
Mm.
January.
Okay.
So not ideal for a 5 hour show that takes place going into midnight.
Hmm.
But it was pretty electric most of the night. There were a few kind of down moments, but um I was pretty pleased with everything that I saw on night one. I thought it was spectacular. The 6 woman tag match, just Jade's aura, actually got obviously coming into the match, but just in the match itself, kind of powerhousing through the end. Spectacular, everything else. But obviously the main event, I gotta say, I thought The Rock at 50,
Uh-huh.
he was a little winded through those promos and the
Yeah.
lead up to this that made you think that it wasn't going to go well for him, but he made it through it. He took some bumps. I think they were just killing a lot of time by that one segment where they were split off into
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
parts of it. I think they were just killing time. But other than that, I thought it was spectacular. Night two, it felt like compared to night one, it felt like you were in Jamaica.
Uh-huh.
I even had my winter coat off
Okay.
for like the first 30 minutes, then it got cold, but eventually, it wasn't too bad. But the main event, I mean, we all knew what was going to happen. I was holding out hope that, I'm a sicko. I enjoy chaos. I was hoping
Uh-huh.
that Roman would win again just to piss off people. But the story was finished. It was a spectacular ending. Just from a personal standpoint, it looked like this is something Cody really wanted to do. So good for him for that. But overall, A+ show. I don't like, there really were no lulls or anything. I
Mm.
enjoyed the entire 8, 9 hours of the 2 days, not to mention NXT as well.
Yeah, I agree. Uh, on the top tier of all WrestleManias that I've ever seen, I was not there. I was here in my
Yeah,
comfy, warm home
yeah,
watching. Uh,
that's fine. Yeah,
a top tier two, especially 2 days, all those hours. There was not really a bad match, not really anything that let us down. If there was sort of a lull, it's something that's probably building to something else.
yeah,
Obviously, the main events delivered. The Sunday night main event, Cody Roman, felt like the series finale of wrestling. Like, it felt like
yeah.
every storyline that we've ever had in wrestling happened and converged on that night. We missed Stone Cold. I was at Undertaker spot. For those who do not know, The Rock comes in. Well, Cena comes in, The Rock comes in, Undertaker comes in, Seth Rollins doing the Shield thing. All of this storytelling, all of these storylines converge on this one moment. Just a spectacular overall event. But this is why we're here. We are Andscape. I want to know, you alluded to it, so this may be your answer, but I want to know, what is the black wrestler highlight of the weekend?
The Rock is good.
Uh-huh.
R-Truth, I'm biased because I did a feature story on him heading to it. That
Uh-huh.
was great. I think I knew that was coming. Jade, in any other moment,
Hmm.
Jade will probably be the top just because I was anticipating to see her wrestle in a one-on-one match, or not one-on-one, but a non Royal Rumble match. But this has nothing to do with the wrestling.
Okay.
Like I said, I went to NXT and I've seen this on TV for months. And to feel it and do it yourself was intoxicating. And I'm,
Mm.
of course, talking about yelling, whoop that trick for Trick Williams. Again, I saw it.
uh,
For Jay Uso, I was looking forward to that. For
uh,
Roman's whoop that trick does something for me. And I'm not even from Memphis, but it does something for me. And to experience that, and obviously with Trick winning, but just to be in the atmosphere and being able to yell with 16,000 other people, whoop that trick. for what felt like 5 minutes straight. That's the black moment for me.
And it's not just the moment. We got to let everybody, remind everybody. Trick Williams, Carmelo Hayes, this feud has been going on for a long time. They've been building on it for months. First time two black wrestlers main evented an NXT show, monumental. We don't really get a lot of times of black wrestlers main eventing shows in general, but to main event the NXT WrestleMania show was huge. Booker T was giving the commentary, which of course he main evented with The Rock in SummerSlam about 20 years ago, and that was a first. And they did some homages to Booker T, who you don't hear this when you're in the arena. Booker T is doing the ad libs with that whoop that trick every time he comes down.
Oh, the audience does the ad libs. So
Yeah,
if you're not
yeah.
familiar with it, the people in the audience will let you know what Booker T is saying. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're doing all that. So that was a tremendous moment. For me, you mentioned it's the one Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, Naomi coming down to the ring in their Cowboy Carter inspired situation, and Jade Cargill making her debut look like $1,000,000. Like Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair licensed to print money. Like this is a no-brainer. Like there's no way
Yeah.
you can fumble this. I don't see a world in which they're not main eventing one of the nights of WrestleMania next year against each other. Like these are crossover stars WWE has on their hands, or two black women. I think we're going to see a main event of WrestleMania with two black women again, like we saw Bianca Belair and now Mercedes Moné, previously Sasha Banks. So we have that. Talk to me about this ending, The Rock, standing, with this guy, Roman Reigns. How do you think they capped off the entire ending of WrestleMania?
Yeah, so I think The Rock is good for building up something for a year.
Mm,
So the smart money would be Roman Reigns and The Rock headlining WrestleMania next year. I know you have a different theory on that. I saw you
mm,
put that on Twitter, so I'll let you do that. But I think that's definitely building towards that. Obviously, Roman speared The Rock
yeah.
accidentally in night one, and then all of the bloodline shenanigans didn't help Roman to win night two. And as we've seen with his character over the last 4 years, he's not going to take any self accountability for that. So he's going to look for someone to blame. And who better than The Rock? So I think it's almost a guarantee it will be those two. And I think it'll be a similar situation to Rock and John Cena the first time around, where it's not even for a championship. It's
Mm.
just, this is what I want to see. This is what the people want to see. This is almost 10 years in the making for these two. So I think they'll finally blow it off next year at Mania in the main event. Night
Yeah,
two.
as you mentioned, my theory, I Rock and Roman are going to wrestle each other at some point. I think the first Netflix special that they do, as people don't know, Monday Night Raw is going to Netflix or Raw, because we don't know what, maybe on a different day, it may have a different situation. First event is going to be Rock Roman. I think they're going to do it like they're doing Tyson. I think it's going to be Rock Roman beginning to get people invested, and then they'll go from there. Next question I have for you, final question before we let everybody go. What is the black wrestler superstar like that is going to make that leap between now and WrestleMania next year? Who are you looking forward to the most?
It's a good one. There's two options. I feel like
Uh,
we've mentioned both of them already. I think it's Trick Williams and Jay Cargill.
okay,
Everyone else more or less has been established, or I don't think can make that much of a jump. Like Bianca Belair is already
right.
headline maintenance. There's not much more of a jump that she can make. So yeah, I would say I'll give you two answers. I think it's Trick and Jade. I think for sure, like you said, they're gonna headline that other night if it's not Roman and The Rock. And Trick, like, whoop that Trick, just having that behind him
Yeah.
elevates him. But now he has another year under his belt of building up his character more. Like, he obviously wrestle, he has a look. Yeah, I think those two make a big jump just because they're kind of starting from scratch.
I think I'm gonna go on the other side of that match. I think Carmelo Hayes is a heel, that is going to do numbers. I think it's Carmelo Hayes, Montez Ford. I still got hope for Montez Ford as a single star
Yeah.
battling for a belt. I think they both probably end up in some sort of big ladder match for a belt or something like that. next year. But those are two that I'm looking forward to. Martenzie, you're back. You're back home. Get some rest. Get some hot cocoa. You were out there doing that in the cold for a day. But for anybody who wants more, we have an article on Andscape about breaking down all the black wrestlers and black folks around WrestleMania this weekend, and a lot more coming. Martenzie, thanks for hopping on, and thank you all for joining the roundtable.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how I